Ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid you'll have to tolerate me a little bit more. It's now time for the youth. The future of sport lives within the hearts, the passion and vision of young people. I'm sure you'll all agree on that. And then also sport helps our youth to grow, to develop as individuals, and most importantly, to grow as a team. Now, today's young athletes are tomorrow's leaders. And before we begin our next conversation, I'd like to turn your attention to the screen for a brief tribute to young people that are here and everywhere.
Sport represents opportunity for children around the world. But not all children enjoy the privilege of sport. We have the power to make a difference, right here, right now. We can help ensure that children throughout emerging nations play, learn, and grow with sport. Through initiatives like UNICEF and corporate partnerships, we can help children everywhere fulfill their dreams and reach beyond the stars, using the power of sport.
The judges are going to come up on stage. Round of applause for Della. She was with me not too long ago. Della Britton, BAEZA, President and CEO of the Jackie Robinson Foundation. Nadia, COMANECI. Let's give a round of applause to Nadia. If you don't know who Nadia is, well, she's a 5-time Olympic gold medalist and a world champion in gymnastics. Wow.
Nice.
I was going to ask for another of those things, but I'll let it be. I don't want to risk. And then Bart Corner. Let's give Bart a round of applause.
Okay.
And Bart was talking about anger not too long ago. I was inspired by that. You need to be a bit angry, you said.
I think so.
And Bart Corner is 2-time Olympic gold medalist and world champion in the gymnastics as well. Can you also do something better than that? Yeah? What can you do?
Thank you.
And then our very own student ambassador alumni, Makenzie, who is currently implementing the initiative that she presented to us in Doha last year. And what was your initiative about?
Sorry?
What was your initiative about?
It's called Traveling for Change, and it's we just did a sporting event to raise funds to sponsor individuals to attend the Olympism for Humanity summer practice program in Greece.
Okay, round of applause to the judges, ladies and gentlemen. And I'd like to introduce you to the students who will be presenting their pitches today. And the first student that I'd like to bring up here is Eric Meyer from the United States and a student at the University of Ohio. Eric is coming up now.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Eric Meyer. I'm a graduate student at Ohio University studying sports and business administration. And I'm very excited tonight, thank you. Very excited tonight to tell you about an initiative that our program has been running for the past 4 years now called Race for a Reason. But before I get started, I do want to thank two people who were very influential in having all the students here this week, and that is Sheikh Faisal and Mr. Matthias from the Aspire group. Thank you so much for having us this week. And all the students, it's been very happy. We've been very happy to be here. Thank you so much. So I'm very fortunate to be a family member in the oldest postgraduate sports administration program in the country. Ohio University started its program in 1966. And one of the most redeeming qualities of our program is the influence that alumni, both young and old, have on us. And it was at the prompting of one of our alumni that we began the event that became Race for a Reason today. And Race for a Reason is quite a fantastic event. It's very unique. It is a fundraising event that allows participants to choose the reason for which they want to raise money. So it's not centered on one particular cause. It allows everyone to participate with their highest level of passion, and that is quite fantastic. We really enjoy it. And in its 4 years, it has actually already raised over $225,000 for over 130 different student organizations, charities, and causes, both in Athens, Ohio, and all around the world. And we believe at Ohio University that the reason that this happens is because of two things. One, and I'd like to quote the professor from the University of Central Florida, Dr. Richard Lipchak, who said, "There's something about sports. And it is very, very powerful that when you attach fundraising, not just to a cause, but because something that is centered around sport, it immediately legitimizes and qualifies that fundraising effort. And secondly, and we think more importantly, it allows each participant to participate at the peak of their passion. So they are able to raise that money for what they are most passionate about. And what we are most excited about is the inclusion that we have gained as we move forward in our history through Race for a Reason. If you look up at the slide, you'll see a couple of our participant groups that we've had in the past. That group dressed in red is known as Team Heart and Soul. In this past year, they were the first ones that participated in Race for a Reason, compiled mainly of intellectual and physical disabilities of those individuals. And they participated with us and raised money for the first time. And we're excited to include those people throughout the future as we go forward. But what we are most excited for, and the reason we are here today, and we can seek the support of everyone in this room as the leaders of tomorrow in sport, the leaders of today, and through the Doha Goals Foundation, is we have implemented what we call the virtual 5K. So in addition to all the races that we host on Ohio University's campus each and every year, we have now implemented a race that allows people with an internet connection all around the world to participate with us. So whether you are 2 minutes from Athens or 2,000 miles away from Athens, Ohio, you can be a part of Race for a Reason and join in that fundraising effort. So I call upon all of you today that if you think that you have a reason that you need to raise money for, you have a cause that you want to project out to the world, please use our platform. We can do that for you. And we can literally take an event that started in a small town in Southeast Ohio and grow it into a worldwide event that'll help people. The limits are truly endless, and we could not be more excited to join with all of you in creating that new memory, that new vision, and doing it together as one. Thank you very much.
Round of applause. Della, I'm going to ask you to react to what Erica said, and if there are any questions at all. You have a couple of minutes within which to do that.
Yeah, I do have a question. What are the criteria for, are there criteria, I guess is a question, for a cause that an individual has? Do you give them guidance and what is practical and what is doable?
So we have had, to answer your question directly, is no, there are no limits. People can participate for anything that they want. Race for a Reason began as a fundraiser for cystic fibrosis research, so a national foundation at that level. We also have people, we had one individual who was an Eagle Scout this year, by himself raised over $2,000 to start a new playground project locally in Athens, Ohio. So it goes anywhere from the most high of national foundations like American Cancer Society, down to individual projects that an individual wants to fund by using our platform, and anything in between.
That's great. And you don't give them the technical advice that they get, they pretty much bring to the table before they even contact you to get their message out.
That's correct. So they're obviously most passionate about their reason. We just allow them a platform to market that out and not just ask for money, but you're also participating in a greater event bigger than yourself, joining in with thousands of others, and that helps the fundraising spirit and really joins people together.
That's great.
Okay, let's give Eric a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Eric. Thank you. Thank you very much. So the next student is going to be DeFrance Smart. Do you need this, DeFrance? Yeah.
Good afternoon. My name is DeFrance Smart, and I will be presenting on my project, Yona, Yoga Unified. So, today I'm going to take you on a yoga journey. By show of hands, how many people in this room have experienced some form of yoga? Beautiful. So I'm going to take you through that yoga session that brought me to this beautiful idea. So I remember walking into that yoga studio that day, and I put my feet to the front of the mat. And at the beginning of every yoga session, the yoga instructor asks you to do what? Set your intention. And so I remember closing my eyes that day, and I set the intention in my head that I set an intention to shape a world where individuals with and without intellectual disabilities have the freedom to enter spaces free of judgment and free of rejection. And I opened my eyes, and I got into my first position, the little downward dog that we always get into. And I looked to my left, and I looked to my right, and I know I'm probably not supposed to do this, and I looked in between my legs, and I did not see anyone with an intellectual disability around me. And I said, that's a problem. And in yoga, you're supposed to stay present in that moment, and I could not stay present in that moment because I knew I needed to be a light to shine inclusion and acceptance into the yoga community. And so some of you are probably thinking, why yoga? Why yoga? I heard you play basketball. Why yoga? Well, yoga is the fastest growing sport in the United States. 1.7 million children under the age of 17 have experienced yoga. And I remember the forms of vinyasa taught me how to breathe and to accept my little body that I have here. And to also, the forms of acro yoga taught me to form shapes and connect with people who I had nothing in common with. And lastly, why yoga is so powerful for me is because it asks that you separate your mind, your body, the spirit, and the soul. It asks for you to separate them. And so that is everything the Special Olympics embodies. It asks for you to look at that person and not see the physical, but see the heart and the light that shines within them. And so my light that I had at that yoga studio will start and shine in Chicago. And it will start and shine on children ages 8 to 11 because those are the children who will be the light for the future when we are not here. And those are the same children and the child that I remember being at the age of 8. I know I look 8 probably right now, but I'm actually 24. But I remember being 8, and I started to form groups not based on commonalities, but on differences. And so the light that I'm telling you about today will shine in Chicago at that one school, at my old school, Mark T. Skinner. But I plan to take it and shine bigger and brighter at 10 schools throughout Chicago. And so we end every yoga session through a shavasana, and where you are able to clear your mind and come back and bring that mind and that body back present to this earth. And so I know everyone here at Doha has come with the individual light, and you came here to spread and to grow your light. And so I want, on a count of 3, for you to say, be a light, namaste. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, be a light, namaste.
Let's give a
Thank
round
you very
of applause.
much.
Thank you very much. Wow, wow. Thank you very much. Thank you. And Bart Connor, I saw you nodding. You seem to be in agreement. You seem to be connecting with the idea.
I'm just so inspired by you, DeFrance, and your energy, your passion, your conviction is very, very compelling. I also think your mission is very important. We have a 9-year-old son, Nadia and I do, and he is not yet at that stage where he started to look at people with differences. He's already pure light. And so to connect with him at that moment, I think it's a critical age to get people to accept all people inclusively into their community, people who are different and may be different. And so as a member of the board of Special Olympics International, I'm all about inclusion and acceptance, and I think you have a magnificent campaign.
Okay, a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Did you say you and Nadia have a child?
We
Yes.
do.
Wow, so you guys,
Yes, we do.
wow, brilliant.
They do what?
So what sort of conversations,
Yes. What do you do?
what do you guys talk
Gymnastics.
about? Do you talk gymnastics all the time? Okay, it's a really silly question to ask. But hey, I didn't know that. You learn a few things every single day, so thank you. Thank you very much for that input. Let's give a round of applause again. to Bart Corner, and now I'd like to invite two people who've come all the way from Manila in the Philippines, would you believe? Brina and Sashi. Let's give them a round of applause. Who's going to hold the microphone? Okay, you'll hold the microphone.
Hi everyone.
Hello. Hello.
I am the bubbly and awesome Pina Maxino, and this is my lovely partner friend, Sashi Matania.
Good afternoon to all of you guys. Bree and I are really excited to share with you our project. Now, for the past few days, we have been hearing the word vision and so many of the presentations. So we'd like to ask you a question. What comes to mind when you hear the word vision?
Some think of a dream, a goal, or principle. Others think of eyesight.
Yes, so our fun project aims to merge the earth-shaking vision of Generation Unified and the importance of a healthy vision for one to reach their full potential.
Vision, in general, is essential in life.
So good vision is valuable for one's educational, physical, sporting, and social development. So the problem that we'll be addressing is the lack of awareness in the community, starting with the family, of the importance of a healthy vision for athletes to excel in sports.
Vision, just like speed and strength, is an important part in sport performance, but it is usually overlooked.
Research indicates that 1 out of 4 children has a vision problem, and these children generally do not report symptoms, more so if these are children with intellectual disabilities.
Now, for our project audience, we are engaging people with and without intellectual disabilities.
So these are students with intellectual disabilities, together with their inclusive partners, their families, caregivers, friends, and recruited volunteers from our previous projects for Special Olympics, and teachers, therapists, and optometrists.
We will hold an event at an activity center inside a mall.
Yes, in an activity center inside the mall, and aside from the place being accessible and convenient, it would be a great way to attract and interest other passersby.
Allow us to give you a quick overview of our exciting project. We named it I Can Play, a Healthy Eye Fair. Instead of approaching screening for vision problems in a medical manner, we are going to do it through a fun-filled education entertainment fair.
Yeah, so imagine a variety of booths conducting game format vision test activities that will target different visual skills such as visual acuity, visual memory, depth perception, color vision, and eye tracking.
These tests will be done through computer games, puzzles and memory games, color plan tests, games requiring hand-eye coordination like Pop the Bubble and beat powder matching games, and many more fun games and activities such as Just Dance, joint research, treasure hunt, and team building games.
Right, so for our target, initially we want to engage 100 participants. So that's 50 inclusive pairs. They will be going around the booths, the games, and doing the activities, and 30 volunteers who will be manning the booths. And they will be coming from 5 therapy centers, schools, and sector-based groups. And of course, we want our participants to receive screening results. And based on the results, for those who may have vision problems, they will be seeing our volunteer optometrists for formal testing and lens prescriptions.
Ultimately, the desired outcome for our project is to
promote awareness about the criticality of a healthy vision for people with intellectual disabilities to excel in sports and in life, And 2,
Promote inclusion by conducting this edutainment activity that will allow people with and without intellectual disabilities to interact with each other, learn from each other, and have fun together.
Yay.
Are you?
and whether it is our dream, our goal, our principle, or our eyesight, a clear vision gives us a shot.
Generation Unified is in, and so are we.
How inspiring is that? You know, the ideas that are coming through, it's amazing. Let's give them another round of applause. And Nadia, I'd like you to weigh in on this one. What do you think? Do you have any questions? Do you have any thoughts?
First of all, congratulations for the presentation. I know that you're a little nervous, but I wouldn't have the courage to stay in the front of all the people and talk. I'd rather have, doing cartwheels and handstands. It would be easier for me. I think it's a fantastic project. A lot of people who are playing sports don't have any ideas that they have a problem with the vision. And when you encourage, when you put their games, it will be so much fun for the kids. So this is the perfect merge of what you're thinking. I would like to be a part of it. And for that, I want to give you this score.
Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Wow. Brina and Sashi, those are brilliant ideas. This is very difficult for the judges, I'm sure, because they're three very good ideas. Let's listen to the last one for today. It's going to come from Rika Aramuto. Rika, come up, please, if you can. Let's give her a round of applause. And you've come all the way from India, is that right?
I am from India, but I went to San Diego State for the Sports MBA program.
Okay, sure. So let's take it away then, Rika.
All right. As I said, I'm from India, and I've grown up playing basketball for a large part of my life, and that's not very typical because you kind of stay at home and you cook. Your household responsibilities are more important. In fact, I had an aunt once come over and said, "You look so skinny, you're so tall, you're so dark, and you're never gonna find a husband." And well, I'm kind of glad. And she said, "You should stop playing basketball because I'll be all of those things." And I am still tall, I couldn't change that. Still dark and still skinny and husbandless. But, oh no, I am not making a proposal here, but during the time when I was to start playing basketball, I learned a lot more. I learned to be a leader, a great mentor. I learned about compassion and all the things the Special Olympics and the Doha Goals Forum is trying to put together. And that passion brought me to the Sports MBA program at San Diego State. And last year, I had the opportunity to travel to the Dominican Republic, and there's some of the pictures that you see from that visit. And the San Diego State program has a partnership that's in the Dominican Republic, and we've been going there for about 7 years now. Baseball has had a very huge influence, Major League Baseball in the Dominican Republic, and every boy that you see, that's Pedro over there, he wants to be a baseball player. That's Julissa and I making a bracelet, and when I asked her what she wants to be, she said she doesn't know. And I could draw the parallelisms, because every boy that you see in India is playing cricket, and you don't see many girls out there in the field. It's a very personal cause to me. It's the fact that I'm speaking about it in a room, it's pretty emotional for me to just put myself out there. I really believe in women or girls having that opportunity to have the ability to play. And the fact that I've come out here this far, and I think I've spoken to a couple of you guys in the audience and told you how I'm the first graduate in my family, and I have 2 older brothers, and that means a lot in an Indian family when you're investing that much in a girl child per se, because you're eventually going to be married anyway.
Let's give them a round of Applause for that. That's worth clapping for. Uh-huh.
So what I propose here after I saw things in the Dominican Republic is that I believe the girls over there need an opportunity, the opportunity that I had, the privilege I had, just so that they can be something and get somewhere. I would propose to have a mentorship model in some of the facilities where the girls get to see people from their own communities, to see 19 and 20-year-old women who are not pregnant, who are not mothers yet, to see that that is a possibility that exists, that you can be different and that's not wrong, because you can have a career. So that...
And play basketball.
Absolutely, play basketball. But we actually thought of introducing volleyball for these girls because the boys play baseball and maybe softball wouldn't stand a chance, right? So through the medium of volleyball, we're trying to bring these young women together and create a sense of sisterhood. And each one of these young girls are going through the same things with their families, with their friends, with their relatives. It's a place where they can be who they want to be and excel and be the best they can.
Okay.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Let's give her a round of applause. And Makenzie, this one is yours. What do you have to say to that?
First of all, I really enjoyed it. It's definitely really inspiring. You mentioned the mentorship model. So what would that look like to you? Because I think that's really important. So I'm interested to learn more.
That's a great question, actually. We would identify mentors in the community and women that have gone through the same process as these girls are going through just now, who are between 19 to 25, who are not pregnant, who are not married, who have a career, and who want to make a difference in their community. These girls are going to be inspired. I wish growing up I could have a basketball role model or an inspiration. I didn't. So I think that is what we're going out there to recruit someone from the Dominican Republic who has been there, who has been in that community and wants to make a difference in these women's lives.
Okay.
I think that's really good.
Let's give a round of applause. And ladies and gentlemen, the judges as well, let's give them a round of applause. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and thank you for making time to speak to all these talented young people. You know, I've been around these young people for a while, and it's amazing the ideas that have come through. Thank you very much, and thank you for being a very receptive audience.